Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Daiwa Anglo-Japanese Foundation. My name is Jason James. Just before we start, I have to do my housekeeping announcements, which you've probably heard before if you've been here. But the first one is, if the fire alarm should go off, please don't use our lift. You have to go down the stairs, out the front door, and we should congregate on the park side of the street. And the second thing is, please don't leave anything valuable in our cloakrooms, because nobody is monitoring those. So of course you're welcome to leave stuff there, but I wouldn't leave anything like a laptop in a bag. And if you have done, I'd suggest you pop down and get it and keep it with you. So this evening we have a full complement of speakers, and we're going to be talking about a perennial issue in Japan, which is the revitalisation of rural regions, which, as I'm sure you know, are tending in Japan to depopulate and face various economic pressures. So I won't detain you for too long, but I'll briefly introduce our three speakers. So first of all, Ueki Imaoka, and he is the head of planning and finance at the Yawatahama city government. Yawatahama city is in Ehime prefecture, which is the northwest quarter, as it were, of Shikoku. Shikoku Island. And Imaoka-san was previously at the Ministry of Finance in Japan, and he's also got a master's degree from the States. So he's the sort of external expertise being parachuted in to help Yawatahama city government. And our second speaker will be Takashi Hiranaka, who is councillor at the Japanese embassy here in London. And he's the agricultural attaché, so he's been seconded to the embassy by the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries. And he'll give a presentation looking at some of the comparisons between the UK and Japan. And then our third speaker will be Ichiro Oshiro, and he is the mayor of Yawatahama City. And we'll be talking about what I believe we're calling Oshironomics, is that right? So his various policies to revitalise the city, which I won't, I mean, he'll give you more detail on, but apparently they involve marmalade, among other things. So that's all I need to say. Can I pass over to you, Imaoka-san?
Hi everyone, and thanks for the introduction. My name is Ueki Imaoka from Yawatahama City, originally from Ministry of Finance. Today I'd like to talk about the biggest challenge of Japan, population decline and revitalization of local economies, and how we are trying to address them at the national government level. So to begin with, I have a beautiful slide which explains everything about what we do. So this is basically all what we do, and I was working at national government, and I admit that we tend to put all the necessary information in one slide, but it is obviously viewer friendly, so I'd like to spend about 50 minutes to illustrate them more simply and easily. And I hope after my talk you have a better sense of where we are and what we do. So now, they say that no projection is more accurate than the one of the population trend. And Japan's population is now 127 million. And it's, you all may know, but it's about 80 million in Germany and 65 million in UK and France. And Japan's population is projected to go down to 87 million in 2060 and 43 in 2110. And we don't think the size itself is the single most important target of our strategy, but it is crucial in keeping our economy strong and attractive. And also we are more worried about its pace of decline. There is no doubt that drastic demographic change will lead to economic instability. So both birth rate and the number of births have been declining for a long time. Birth rate is about 1.44 in 2016, and it's 1.992 in France and 1.80 in UK in 2015. And also, Japan is unique in the sense that too much people are living in capital city area. Now it's almost about 30% concentration in Tokyo. The black one is in Japan. And for UK and France, for example, it's about 15%. And in Germany and US, it is about 5%. And on the right-hand side, Korea is about 20%, but other Asian countries have smaller numbers. So we looked at the different birth rates for all 47 prefectures in Japan, and found out that it differs substantially among the areas. And we could see that it's lowest in Tokyo. It's hard to see, but it's 1.24, and also a small number in Osaka, and highest in Okinawa. Also, if you look at the right side of the screen, it's about people's moving, and we found that the number of children per family differs largely whether you move to Tokyo or not for those who were born in non-Tokyo area. So simply put, if you move to Tokyo, you have fewer children. And on the left side, you can see that the decline of young people in local areas are significant. Almost 30% decline in past 15 years. And we believe it's because maybe many good universities or good companies are located in Tokyo. And the problem is that this trend accelerates itself. As many young people move to Tokyo, the good or stylish stores or restaurants start their business in Tokyo, which make more young people, of course, move to Tokyo and so on. And on the right side, net inflow to Tokyo is by 120,000 in 2016 from local areas. And as was seen, people have fewer children if they move to Tokyo, so it further accelerates this trend. And concentration in Tokyo has many negative impacts on our lives, such as long commuting time, high residential cost, worse childcare and elderly care service. Also, social security system now may need to be drastically changed as the condition of the system itself changes. So that's the background, and against this backdrop, Prime Minister Abe established the headquarter for overcoming population decline and vitalizing local economy in 2014. And we think, of course, under the past administrations, we have tried to address these issues, but we think that this time is completely different because of these three reasons. The first one is the seriousness. As we have seen, should the current trend continue, the population will decline by 1/3 in 50 years. And secondly, it is the first time to set numerical population target. And finally, it's also our first time to set KPI and PDCA cycle. So our long-term vision towards 2060 is to overcome population decline and to secure growth power. Firstly, we try to maintain a population of about 100 million until 2060 by suspending population decline and correcting concentration in Tokyo. And second, we aim to maintain a GDP growth rate at high level. So we have four basic objectives towards 2020. And one is create jobs in local areas so that people can work at ease, and create a new trend toward outflow of people into local areas, and satisfy younger generations' wishes for marriage, childbirth, and child rearing. Have communities keep up with times, protect safe living, and promote cooperation between communities. And under those four objectives, we have 5 principles when in planning our policies, or in making our policies. So self-funded, vision-oriented, locally focused, effective, and outcome-based. So where are we now? The first 2 years after 2014, we concentrated on making a comprehensive policy package. And from 2016, we moved into the full-scale project development phase, including granting aid, which I will explain later, and the tax measures. So in 2016, we developed 3 areas of supporting regional revitalization, namely information and human resource and financial support. So the left one, RESAS, we call it RESAS, is our new platform that enables data analysis by using rich government data. And for human resource support, we created a system where public servants of national government, like me, are sent to municipalities for 2 years to support the mayors. And now, total 173 municipalities use this system. And of course, national government supports financially too. So this is the KPI progress, and along with 4 basic objectives, but not all of them. For example, we aim to increase jobs in local areas by 300,000, and we are now at 184,000. Women's employment ratio is 72.7%, where the target is 77%. And ratio of women who continue to work till around the birth of the first child is 53.1%, where the target is 55%. And so we think that generally the jobs and social situations are in good progress, but on the top right hand, flow of people hasn't changed its trend. Still, there's a net inflow into Tokyo by 120,000 people, as I said, where our target is 0. So we need to have more dynamic policies on this, and now we are planning to make new policies. So we think that there's no single policy that's effective in all 1,700 municipalities, but so therefore it is very important how we can incentivize municipalities to come up with solutions tailored to each region. So this is the grant in aid for regional revitalization, basically the budget support. So to receive budget support amounting 100 billion yen, which is about 671 million pounds for total, municipalities now need to not only make a comprehensive plan, and KPI and PDCA cycle, but also go beyond conventional policies and be innovative. So now our comprehensive strategy focuses on a promotion of local Abenomics by creating more jobs in local areas and utilizing idle assets such as vacant stores, unused farmland, or old houses. To address concentration in Tokyo, we are promoting local universities and regional internship programs. in addition, we try to review our lifestyle. Maybe Mr. Hiranaka and my mayor will talk more about the attractiveness of local lives. But the national government recognizes that we need to introduce and offer more alternatives of living, especially for those who live and maybe work too hard in Tokyo, by rediscovering charms of local life and reminding them with attachment to hometown. And we believe it's a good match. That's it. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. Let me see the picture. Okay. So, thank you, Jason, for your introduction, and congratulations, Imaoka-san, for your, for your clear presentation, and welcome Mayor Oshiro from the Yawatahama city to this beautiful country. Before starting my presentation, I'd like to talk a little more about my background. I came here in 2015 and started to work for the Embassy of Japan in London. Before then, it was in 2014, I was leading a policy-making team for promoting rural area. At that time, we had a big news that actually the Imaoka-san has already discussed that our national population is declining, and it is quite rapidly, especially in the rural area. So at that time, some experts argued that many towns or villages will disappear in the near future because there wouldn't be any residents at all. And they also challenged us that we no longer need any policy for rural area because there wouldn't be anyone to be benefited from that. Actually, we had a serious discussion about that. And we had a team wanted to challenge to those discussions, and we wanted to keep the local areas and even revitalize them if possible. At the time, actually, we were looking closely into the UK policy for countryside because we believe that this country was facing the similar challenge, and this country was much more advanced in this respect. So I was very lucky to be here to look into much more closely on this this country's policy and experience myself what the countryside means for us city residents. So my presentation will be basically based on my personal experience. I visited with my family last April to the Lake District. Our main purpose was visiting the Headquarter house. This is well known as a residence for the Beatrix Potter, and the setting for Peter Rabbit. We really enjoyed that, but I realized that I noticed that there were very few British people around us. Most of them were tourists from other country. So I was wondering where the British people were spending their time in the around the Lake District. And then next morning, while I was driving around the lake, I found the answer. They were lying on grass, or out on the water. This is very funny that we visited the farm village, which you had to you had to pay for the admission to get into the village, but no one was inside there. People were enjoying picnic just outside the village. Actually, it was very fun to play with the hen. Anyway, so let me continue a little more about my sweet memory staying in the UK. We visited many farm shops. They provide pick your own experience or giving us affordable lunch. And they supplied us local products. It was actually, there wasn't a very wide variety of vegetables, just carrots or parsnips, but it was okay. And we met some national heritages, the teamworks or steam engines. But this house is the residence of Charles Darwin. We could learn a lot about the science or history. It was also very fun. So, from my experience of this experience in the UK, I found that every destination in the UK was very neat and tidy. There's not much actually, but still enjoyable. You can enjoy whole day out during the weekend, and also they are very easy to access. We can just drive from our home to the destination, and there's plenty of car park, mostly free of charge, and affordable. Most destinations are free of charge. Yes, you can lie on the grass free of charge, and even if some heritage is charge you, but as far as you become a member of English Heritage or National Trust, you don't need to pay more. So this is my experience in the UK, and I also had a very good experience in the Japan. So I was thinking about how I could compare these two countries. So let's start from the UK. The public footpaths. I visited many footpaths. You may know that you have a right of way. You, as a pedestrian, have legally protected right to walk around. Even if the path go across the private area, you still can walk around. And National Trails operates 16 major trails which extends more than 2,500 miles, and there are many more. Travelers Association recognizes at least 3,000 more routes. And I realized that whenever I visit the footpaths, these are well maintained, clearly signed, and it's very family friendly and suitable for all levels of fitness. You don't need any special gear, like something like climb the mountain. You can just walk around with your friends, family, or with the pets. One more, Open Farm Sunday. This is my favorite day of the year. This is managed by the charitable organization called LEAF, and 350 farms are open on that day. And 270,000 people visit. The system is very simple. Farmers register on the website of LEAF, and they support a little bit, and we, as a visitor, look into the website and explore where we go. Very simple. And then this activity develops the consumer understanding in farming. So, just for your record, this year's on Sunday is it will held on 10th June. So please keep the date on the diary. And let's go to Japan. Local vitalization cooperator, we call it as a Chiki Okoshi Kyoreku. That young people born or raised in the metropolitan area move to rural area, usually for 3 years. And the city council helps them with the salary, rent, or transport or something like that. And then one of the most successful stories is from Tokamachi City, Niigata, that they welcomed 42 young people in 10 years. And of those, 29, nearly 70% still continue to live in the area after the period. One more. This is one of the most successful cases in Japan. The roadside station, we call it Ueki. There are over 1,100 stations all over the country. And each station have ample car parking and a little bit of information desk, and provide a variety of local resources, such as local food, craft, or you can see from the picture that it's an onsen, and the drivers can relax deeply in the water, or you have the experience of soba noodle or in the restaurant. So these local resources will increase the popularity from city residents to visit again. So these my experiences of the two countries. This suggests to me that there is a slight difference between the UK and Japan about the relationship between city and countryside. Let me talk about the UK. This is actually my assumption that in the UK, you may know you have green belt. The concept of green belt surrounds the metropolitan area. Whereas in Japan, actually this is the illustration I created while I was discussing the policy. It's very obvious that the rural area and urban area are clearly separated. So that took me to the idea that in the UK, you as a city resident, you can closely interact with countryside. Whereas in Japan, you are expected to be actively involved with rural community. In other words, in the UK, you can be both a city person and a country person very easily. But in Japan, your passion is expected by the people in rural area. I think I can discuss with the mayor, but this is my perception. So now I explained the slight difference between the two countries, but I have one event that I can recommend for both of these two countries. That is the Bambaret Festival. Last year, I visited the main estate with our ambassador to and attended the event. It's a very tiny handmade event. Something like the people in the local area, the people are singing like "I love marmalade, marmalade" or something. Something like silly song. I enjoy it. And in the Penry city, connected to the Dalmain estate, they have a Go Orange festival. That is each shop display their windows with orange. It's very handmade, but very fun. I really enjoyed, and I recognized that the local community was very much involved in this event, and we, as visitors, could also be involved. So I like this, but I will tell you more because me and Oshiro will give us a big news afterward. So just let me say that see you this weekend. This year's Marmal Festival will be held this Saturday at the Darnay Mansion. So I'll be there, and that will be a good day out. Thank you very much.
'Good evening, everyone. My name is Ichiro Oshiro, Mayor of Yawatahama City, all the way from Japan. It is a great pleasure to be here, and I hope that after my talk, you all will have a better sense of challenges of Japan's local areas, and I am trying to tackle them as a mayor. Of course, you are wondering where Yawatahama is. Yawatahama City is located in western Shikoku, which is an island in the southwest of Japan. It was about 4 hours from Tokyo by airplane and train. So, what's the biggest challenge of Yawatahama? Like other local areas, declining population is our biggest challenge. Population of Yawatahama is about 35,000 in 2018, and it is projected to be about 15,000 in 2060. Our target is a little larger than 20,000. Decline of population combined with aging has a negative impact on the economy and cities' attractiveness. There are several causes. Yawatahama's major industry is agriculture and facility. However, some children do not succeed to their parents. Also, small cities are not attractive enough for young people in terms of job opportunities or entertainment. And it is hard for local small companies or farmers to offer sufficient salary or interesting job. These factors lead to a decline of population. To address these issues, I have a manifest called Oshiro no Mix, not Abenomics. First arrow is to improve safety and security. Second arrow is to make a city that you can enjoy a comfortable life. Third arrow is industry promotion. From now on, I would like to introduce our city in line with my policy agenda. Yawatahama is a city of mikan, satsuma or orange in English. Mikan brands of Yawatahama are the price leaders of Japan's mikan market. we say that there are three sounds which make our orange the best quality in Japan. First is the original sunshine from the sky. Second is the reflected sunlight from the ocean. Last is the radiant heat from stone wall. The three sounds make our orange sweet and fresh. In order to address labor force shortage, Mana area in Yawatahama has hired about total 2,300 temporary young workers from urban areas such as Tokyo and Osaka, only for harvesting season since 1994, nurturing long-standing relationship between the area and workers. Another unique measure I took is to renovate the closed school and change it into a accommodation for temporary workers, utilizing national government budget that Mr. Imaoka mentioned earlier. This expands city's capacity to accommodate temporary workers in harvesting season. For industry promotion policy, the city built a facility for processing agricultural products, as many farmers wanted to have the place for processing their products. We had an opening ceremony last September, and I hope more and more farmers try to make new products using this facility. Yawatahama is an old port town, and its port has one of the largest fish taking in the area. Yawatahama port is well known for a wide variety of fish, and most fish are delivered to Tokyo or Osaka. To promote fishery industry, we renovated the old fish market. It took more than 10 years for total it build it, and began open in 2013. It was successfully registered as the high-grade sanitary fish market, first one in Ehime Prefecture. To utilize unused fish or part of fish and to develop new product, we opened new processing facility called Seafood Center. This is not a large factory, but the small R&D center since 2014. Many products, like one you can see bottom of the screen, have been already developed. Now, let me explain how I am trying to revitalize the city by focusing on people and tourism. 道の駅です。Minat began open in 2013 and drastically changed the atmosphere of the port area. Since large ferry boats from Kyushu area frequently stop at Yawatahama port, most of them swing by the Minat for a break or shopping. Minat was elected as the Port of the Year in 2013. Now, it is one of the busiest places in our area. We had more than 1 million tourists every year. Minat comprises of several attractive spots, which I explain from next slides. Doya market is a market where consumers can walk around and buy fresh fish from wholesaler. You can find fresh fish at low price, which you can't find at supermarket. You can also enjoy lively experience. Doya restaurant opened in 2014 to meet customers' demands to eat fish easily near Doya market. There is a BBQ corner where you can bring your fish you have just bought at Doya market. Agora Marché is a souvenir shop and restaurant. It is built and run by a private company, which is unusual for tourism station, and that is the big reason Agora is always full of people hunting for new goods. Popular goods are, of course, mikan and bread baked with stone oven. With these measures, in line with Oshiro mix, I am trying to revitalize Yawatahama. There is not a simple solution, but I am optimistic that Yawatahama is going to revive through promoting active participation of local people. In closing, I would like to make an announcement. In May 2019, we will host first Japan's Marmalade Festival in Yawatahama. UK Festival started in 2006, and it's the most well-known festival for marmalade. I hope that you follow this news online, make and sip your marmalade, and that you will come to Yawatahama to join our festival. Thank you for your attention.
Well, thank you very much indeed, all three of you. And I gather there's going to be like yuzu marmalade as well as mikan marmalade. So I think that the first marmalade festival in Yawatahama is actually next May. Is that right?
Yes,
May
yes.
2019. So yes. Marmalade lovers, book your tickets now. Right.